Mr. Mac here. Going to give you a little help on your week 2 assignment number 3, which deals with graphing form. Let's see, take a look here. I'm going to do the first 4 problems for you. Remember that graphing format, it's y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. This is the generic format. And so this one's a parabola because of the square term. And then here's an example of the absolute value. It's y equals a times the absolute value of x minus h, and then plus k. And then there's no square term. So that's how you tell the difference between parabola and absolute value. So since that one's got a squared term, we know it's a parabola. This one's got absolute value, so it's a absolute value. This one's also got absolute value signs. And then here we've got a square term, so it's a parabola. Okay, that a value, the term in the front, is going to determine, it's called the stretch factor. And if it's negative, that means that it's going to open down. And a parabola is going to be U-shaped. Over here, our stretch factor is a 3, so it's positive. But because it's absolute value, it's going to be kind of like a V-shaped, and it's going to open upward. So those are the things you can kind of tell just from just looking at the equation if it's in graphing format. Let's figure out the vertex. Remember, it's just the HK value is the vertex. So whatever the HK value is your vertex. Okay, so our H value, remember it's going to be the opposite because it's minus H. So if it says minus or plus 1, it's a minus 1. And then if we have a plus 3, we're just going to have a 3 there. We can do the vertex for all of these. Okay, the vertex is going to be minus 2, and then minus 7. Vertex on this one will be minus 2, and then 6. Remember, it's the opposite of that. That's why it's minus 2, and then whatever the k value is. And this last one, I have negative 3 here, so this one's going to be a positive 3, and then that'll just be a 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot the vertex, negative 1, in the x direction, positive 3. So that's the vertex. I know it's going to open down because that's negative. So that's going to be some kind of U shape that opens down. So this is going to be the maximum, the vertex. And I know there's going to be a line of symmetry that runs through that vertex. Okay. So we can make an XY table and just plug some values in. We just did negative 1. And when I plug in negative 1, I'm going to get 3. Now I'm going to plug in, well, let's say 0. If x is 0, I'm plugging in a 0 here. I'll get plus 1 squared, which is 1. 1 times negative 2 gives me negative 2. And then negative 2 plus 3 is positive 1. So 0, positive 1. And then the other one is going to be, remember, this is the line of symmetry. So if I just go on the opposite side, that's negative 2. If I plug in negative 2, I'll get negative 1 inside the parentheses. Squared, I'll get positive 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. And then negative 2 plus 3 makes 1. If you can't do that in your head, it's important to maybe write that down on scratch paper to get these worked out. Okay, I'll try x is 1. So if x is 1, I'll get 2 inside the parentheses. If I square it, I get 4. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 3 makes negative 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the negative direction. And then if I do 1, 2, 3, negative 3. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Square it gives me 4. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. So there's my other matching one. And then it's just a matter of sketching that parabola. So it opens down, smooth curve. You don't connect the dots with the straight edge, but you try and do the best you can to draw a smooth curve, and don't forget your arrows. Okay, this next one I know is going to be an absolute value. It's positive 3, so it's going to open up. My vertex was negative 2, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's the line of symmetry is going to go through that vertex. And then it's going to be V-shaped and it's going to open upward. So now I need to figure out some other values to help me sketch this graph. I'll try, say, x is 0. What's the y-intercept? Where x is 0. Okay. 0 plus 2 is 2. Absolute value of 2 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 7 is negative 1. So I have 0, negative 1. And then I need let's do, say, maybe we'll do 1. If x is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. So I've got 1, 2. Now I need to do some on the other side of the line of symmetry. So how about negative 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. I can choose whatever values I want for my x just to help me figure out what the graph looks like. So if I plug in negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. And the absolute value of that is positive 2. And then 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 7 is negative 1. So negative 4, negative 1. I should have a matching 1 on the other side. And then I can use a straight edge on this one because it's a V-shaped. Just connect the dots. There you go. All right. Vertex on this number part C is 3, 5. There's my vertex. I know it opens down. Okay, and it's going to be absolute value, so it's going to V-shape that opens down. There's my vertex, so this is my line of symmetry that goes through the vertex. And I'm going to plug in some different values. Maybe I'll try the origin. So my x, y, I'll plug in a 0 for x. 0 minus 3 is negative 3, and the absolute value of that is positive 3. And then 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, and then plus 5 makes positive 2. So I've got 0, positive 2. And then if I try, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, let's try positive 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. Absolute value of that is 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 5 makes 4. So 4, 4. And then maybe we'll do one more further down this way. Say negative 2. So if x is negative 2 and negative 3 make negative 5. The absolute value of that is positive 5. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0, so I have negative 2, 0. And looks like there's my V shape. So vertex. Make sure your arrows, because they go on forever. And then so something like that. Okay, vertex here is negative 2. And then positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like this one's a parabola because of the square term. And it's negative, so it's going to open down, and that's my vertex, so it's a maximum. And then I need to just pick some x, y values. Say, let's try positive 2. So positive 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 squared makes 16. 16 times negative 0.5 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 6 is 2. So I've got the 0.2, 2 here. All right, this is the line of symmetry goes through that vertex. I can draw that one in if I want it. And then, let's see, if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, over 4, 1, maybe I'll go over 2 on this one. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 4. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times negative 0.5 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. So I've got negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then I might do, say 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times negative 0.5 is negative 2. Negative 2 and 6 make positive 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got this one wrong. What did I do here? I plugged in 2. Is that one wrong? Did I graph it wrong? 2, 2. I put it in the wrong spot. So this guy's wrong. And then there's my parabola. That's what was off. So it opens down, and I think that's good now. All right, hopefully I'll help you with your homework. If you guys have any questions, you've got 4 of them done. You still have 4 more to go. But hopefully that helped you out and you're able to finish doing your homework.